Well, what do you get when you combine peanut butter pudding, chocolate cookies, and fresh whipped cream? Well, the answer is pretty simple. It's in this week's Brittany's Bites. Happy National Chocolate Parfait Day. Yep, I'm looking forward to this one. When I heard about it, I thought I love to make parfaits. You may remember a while ago I made a butterscotch gingerbread one, so good. So we're gonna go with chocolate, but I could have just stuck with chocolate. I was actually talking to Ross Caruso about flavor combinations earlier today, so this gave me the idea to do a chocolate peanut butter parfait. So that's what we're gonna do today. We've got just a few simple ingredients we're gonna put together, but it does take a little time to do each layer. So let's get started with the first step that will take a minute to set. We're just gonna make instant pudding. That's just gonna be one of the layers. So I just got a box of chocolate pudding. You've all seen these, right? And then we're going to start with 2 cups of milk. So this is actually 2 cups all measured out, which is why I bought this one. So how perfect is that? And then just put in our little pudding mix, and then we're just gonna whisk it up and then let that sit while we make our other layers. Okay, so I've got my whisk here. Basically just mix it up a little bit, and then we'll set it off to the side. Then we're gonna do what will be our first layer, just these chocolate sandwich cookies, little Oreos, right? I actually went to the store and thought, ooh, I'll really do up the chocolate peanut butter factor and get the ones that have peanut butter filling. I couldn't find them. They had every filling except that one. So we're just gonna do the plain regular ones. It'll be just fine, don't worry. Okay, so we got that mixed up. Okay, our pudding is ready to go. Let's get to our whipped cream filling. That's gonna be a peanut butter whipped cream filling. So I just have 2 cups of heavy cream into the mixer here. So I'm gonna make just 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, just easy with the whipping cream, sugar, powdered sugar. It's gonna be 2 cups of this, a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, and then a teaspoon of vanilla. We're gonna mix that up, and then we're gonna divide it. And I'll talk more about that in a minute, but I'm just gonna get it going for a minute, add in that sugar, and then really beat it until I get soft peaks. Okay, now we're talking. Look at these soft peaks, soft stiff peaks, whatever they say. Look at that, that's good to go. That is our whipped cream. This is gonna do double duty, and I'll explain that in just a moment. Actually, I'm gonna keep this on here for one of our next steps. But I'm gonna go back to our bottom layer that I was discussing. So right now we've got the chocolate pudding setting up nicely, this homemade whipped cream, and you definitely wanna do this when you're making your parfaits, because if you get sort of the canned kind that's mostly oil-based, it's just going to fall flat and it's gonna sink, and you're not gonna keep those nice layers in there. So keep that in mind. So here I have my handy dandy little, hey, there we go. Food processor. So we're just gonna get some cookies in here. Now this is where, again, there's not a real measurement here. We just want enough crumbles to sort of do some layers. So I think I'm gonna start with 10 cookies or so. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I guess let's do 12. Hopefully that's enough. And obviously you can always pop in more if you need it. We'll see how this goes. Get them all in there. And then you just pop this on top, and then get it going. Look how fast that was. Now we've got our cookie crumbles. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna set these off to the side, just put this down below for a moment, and go on to our third and final step. Yep, we're almost done here, thankfully. Got another handy dandy bowl here. This is where our peanut butter comes in. So we're gonna take about a 1/4 cup of peanut butter and then add another 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream just to get it smooth and creamy. And then we're gonna put in 1/2 of this whipped cream mixture to really get it nice and creamy. Okay. So I sprayed my little cup here, my measuring cup. That's the trick if you have something sticky to getting it out, is spray it and it should come out fairly easily. Okay, I really like peanut butter, so that's a little more than a 1/4 cup. All right, that's pretty good. Perfect. Now, a 1/2 cup of this, and then we're gonna mix it up. All right, I'm just gonna blend this together for just a minute or so, and then we'll move on to our next step. All right, tap out a little bit of this. All right, so we talked about the whipped cream earlier today. earlier during this segment rather. And we're just gonna basically use half of it to put in here. And the other half we're gonna use as a topping. So this just makes it sort of the peanut butter whipped cream layer. So that should be about good. And we're just gonna fold this in. Okay, so basically we've got our peanut butter layer, our whipped cream topping, our crumb bottom, and then our pudding. Okay, so let's take our cookie crumbs and do those first at the bottom. And this is just sort of an eyeballing it thing. You basically want to do a layer enough where if you're looking at it from the side, you can see it, right? Okay, got another spoon here for my chocolate pudding. So do a little chocolate layer here. And then, this is our peanut butter whipped cream going in. Make a little layer. All right, then I'm gonna do one more of the triple layer and then show you what I'm gonna do on top here. Okay, I don't know if you can see the little layers in there. And then the last step is just to put a little dollop of the straight up whipped cream on top. Just one more little flavor. And you can do a cute little piped dollop if you want. And then sprinkle a little cookie crumb on top. And there we have our chocolate peanut butter parfaits. They look so scrumptious. Cheers. Well, if you've tried out one of my recipes and you have a picture to share, please do so. Or if you have an idea for a future segment, you can text us at 614-460-3345 or find me on social media.